Hey you guys, it's Sarah here and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I make this little sequins chameleon activity page for children's busy books. All the materials are made out of felt and I will leave the links to all of them in the description below. Now, before I get started, I did just want to say I did not come up with this idea originally. I saw this years ago back in 2020 when I first started trying to make and sell busy books. And so because it wasn't my original idea of this kind of theme with the chameleon and the sequins, I didn't post how I make it because I didn't feel quite good about that, knowing that someone else was trying to sell this activity page or something similar on Etsy. I just made it for myself. Since then, though, I've had a request to share how I make this one because someone's seen it. And I went back and looked up online where I saw it and I couldn't find the link. I saw the image on Google Images. I clicked on it. It said the link did not exist anymore. It did say it originally went to an Etsy link. And so I can't find the original creator to give credit to them. It looks like it's not being sold anymore. I can't find it anywhere. If you do happen to find that original creator or someone who made a page just like this with a chameleon and some sequins, it did look different, but it was their original design, just to give credit to them. I'm sorry, I don't know the original person who made it. But here's how I make this page anyways. I've already got all my pieces cut out and I'll put the template that I used to make these in bulk on my Patreon. And this twig here is the same one that I used for my raccoon activity page. If you've seen that before, it's the exact same one. I'm going to start by sewing that down onto my page. Next, I'm going to take my leftover sequins that I have from doing my sequins activity pages, which I'll be sharing a link for how I make those soon. But this is basically just what I have that's left over that would have otherwise been tossed out. So I'm going to use this leftover and I'm going to sew it into onto one side of the chameleon's body there. Next thing I have to do is, you can see here, I'm just trimming off the excess behind the body. Now that those sequins are on, the next thing I'm going to do is sew on the eye. So what I have is a white circle, a little black button, and a small square of mesh mosquito netting fabric. And I'm going to just layer the fabric on top of the eye, on top of the white circle of felt, and I'm going to sew that in place for the chameleon's eye. Okay, that's sewn on, and I'm just going to trim off the excess. I'm going to sew my chameleon right down in place. I also have these 4 light green leaves. I'm going to just sew them, just a little line down the middle of them onto the 2 corners of the page. In the past, what I've done is I've sewn behind the leaves little like bug buttons or plant buttons. I'm actually not going to do that today just because I want to experiment at my craft show and see if I can lower the price that I'm charging for this page. And in exchange, I won't have those little buttons. Although I think they're a really cute addition, and I personally would prefer having the little buttons behind the leaves. But either way, having the leaves adds a really nice like kind of 3-dimensional effect to it. What I will do is I have these pre-cut felt flowers that I just bought from my local dollar store, and I'm just going to hot glue them around the page just to add some color. And then the very last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another 8" by 8" sheet of felt. I'm going to cut just another cute fabric, a square of cute fabric, and I'm going to wrap that around my sheet of felt. If you're new to my page, you know that the way that I make busy books is I make them only one-sided because of how I sell the pages at craft show. I set it up as a build-a-book type of theme where customers pick and choose any pages they like, and I connect them with binder rings to make a little book for the child to flip through and play with. And so that's why all my activities don't have like another, they're not double-sided, meaning they don't have an activity on the back. They only have one activity. And so that's why for the back side, I will often just either sew on a plain sheet of felt on the back, which actually I might even just do that again, just to help lower costs for this page, because like I said, I'm trying to kind of experiment with pricing for this page and see, play with the profit margins and and the pricing. So I'm gonna actually just forget about wrapping the backside in fabric. Normally I like to do that, but it's a nice red color on the back. It matches my binding piece. My binding piece is just a piece of 2 millimeter thick felt that I cut out by hand with my scalloped edge scissors, and I just put it in between the front and back page, and then I'm gonna sew around the border. Oh, oops, I forgot a little blue flower here that I just found. Okay, we'll put that on there. And then last but not least, I'm going to grab my heavy duty hole punch, and I'm just going to put 2 holes in the binding piece. Going to be careful not to punch a hole through the leaf there. And there we go. There's the holes that I use to connect the pages when customers want to build a book. Okay, hope that helps. I'll outline the details of the costs and what I charge for this page and the profit margins. I'll outline all of that on my Patreon if you guys want to check that out. And if not, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.